Alright, what's going on, guys? Back to do UFC 97 predictions. Been a while. Later than I thought it was gonna be before I had this video out. But, you know, shit happens. So, let's go. I will say I was gonna do Strikeforce predictions. Too late at this point, considering they're tomorrow. It should be good. I'll watch it. I'm kind of disappointed that Josh Thompson has to go out look pretty nasty. He broke his ankle, for those of you who don't know. And on we go. It's a pretty good card. I mean, the main event is... I'll talk about it when we get there. Alright, Elliot Marshall against Vinny Magalhaes. If Elliot Marshall... if he comes in with a game plan like Ryan Bader did, then it should be good. I mean, Marshall has pretty good kickboxing, and if he just wants to keep it on the feet the whole time and not let Vinny do anything, including like pulling guard, which Vinny might do, then he could win a decision, or he could TKO him. If he goes to the ground, Elliot's good, he can stay out of subs. I just think he's going to get caught if he stays down there too much. I'm going to go with Elliot by decision. I think he can pull it out. Vinny's really not that well-rounded, so... By really not, I mean he's not at all. So, alright. Dennis Kang against Professor X, Xavier Fupapakam. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. Yeah. Hold on a second. Alright. Basically Dennis Kang, I mean, not saying that, Professor X is that bad of a fighter, he's just beats up, fighters that nobody gives a shit about or knows about. He's pretty devastating with his Muay Thai, but Kang should be able to do anything, TKO him, submit him. Second round. Matt Wyman against Sam Stout. Matt Wyman by whatever the hell he wants. Stout's terrible on the ground. He was supposed to come in and I don't know what the hype was behind him, because I don't know of any major kickboxing tournaments he's won or anything, but he was supposed to be a really good kickboxer, and I suppose his striking is decent, but it's nothing really special that I've seen so far. Maybe he's just an animal in the gym and can't translate it, but Matt Wyman by probably sub in the second round. If you don't know about TJ Grant, you should go watch some of his fights. One of the fights against his last one, the dude whose nickname is Bong. Yeah. God damn it. Shit, my eye. Alright, TJ Grant's pretty good on the ground. His cardio's... basically those two guys had a high-level grappling match for, 3 rounds? It was just constant grappling. TJ didn't look tired at all. His striking's pretty good. His subs are really good. He subs a lot of people. Chonin should probably be careful. I'm gonna pick TJ Grant by decision in that one. Brian Stan against Christoph. If Christoph comes in thinking he's a striker, which he basically is, except for because just by default, because his ground game is not good, then he's probably going to get TKO'd. I think he's going to sub Brian Stan in the second. No, Stan hasn't had that many fights, and mostly people wanted to stand with him. So, I don't know what his takedown defense is like, or he is on the ground, jiu-jitsu-wise, so I'm gonna pick the safe pick on that one, Christoph by sub. Mark Bocek against David Bilkeden. Awesome. If you've ever seen Bilkeden's jiu-jitsu matches, he's really good and really, really strong on the ground. It should be pretty good. Both have this like hybrid wrestling jiu-jitsu style that I like a lot. Striking, probably Bocek. I would say they're fairly even. I'm going to pick Bocek by Decision. Yeah, probably decision. Jason McDonald against Nate Quarry. This is where normally I would pick Quarry because McDonald seems to get TKO'd. Not fairly easy, but I mean he submitted to punches in his last fight. But seeing Nate Quarry just get destroyed by Damian Maia in like 2 minutes. He had no takedown defense. His sub defense was terrible. I mean, I know it's Damian Maia, but, you know, whatever. Bring it up. Nate, bring your game up. Okay. Jason McDonald by sub. Or Nate Quarry by TKO, but like I said, performance-wise, judging from their last fights. Louise Kane against Steve Cantwell. Awesome. Another awesome fight. I'd like to pick Steve Cantwell. I like the guy. He's got good stand-up. He's good on the ground. He's pretty big for 205. You know what? I just don't know if he's faced the competition level that Louise Kane has. Not that Kane has fought that great a competition. I mean, he was kind of losing to James Urban before he got DQ'd with an illegal knee. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Kane probably by second round TKO. I mean, Cantwell's been TKO'd before. Louise Kane has shown that he's got a pretty good chin. He took some shots from Sokaju and just kind of rope-a-doped him, tiring out Sokaju. The return of David the Crow Loazo. A lot of people picking David Loazo just because, I don't know, maybe the sentiment factor of him making a comeback and he's gonna... But look at who he's fought lately. I mean, it took him 5 rounds. To TKO... Who did he just TKO? Somebody from The Ultimate Fighter. Solomon Hutcherson. 5 rounds. And then in a fight that he was losing. Both of the... Herman should be able to control him on the ground. Stand-up wise, Loazo probably has the advantage. I'm gonna pick Herman by decision. I think he can out-wrestle him and outwork him on the ground in every way. Cheick Kongo against Anthony Hardunk. Should be a pretty good stand-up war. Neither of these guys have any reason to take it down. If it goes to the ground, it's because somebody got hit and dropped there, not because somebody's going... Because Cheick Kongo... Wow. If he takes Hardunk down, which maybe he can because Hardunk has no takedown defense, really. Hardunk could, get something off his back. He goes for arm bars and stuff off his back, but I doubt it. And if Hardunk's on his back, he's in trouble because Kongo has pretty good elbows, pretty good ground and pound. Plus minus on this, on the nut shots, is 2. So, keep an eye out for that. I'm going to go with Cheick Kongo by TKO. He's rangier. I think he should use his reach pretty good. Hardunk, his boxing is not too great. His leg kicks are outstanding, but his hands really aren't that good. So, Mauricio Shogun Hu against Chuck the Iceman Liddell. I'm going to go with Shogun, so he shoves it in Dana White's face, because you can tell as soon as Shogun won the fight against Mark Coleman, and he looked subpar doing it, Dana White immediately went like, oh, I'm gonna capitalize off this. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use him to catapult Chuck Liddell, my butt buddy, back to the top. And he's gonna try to, and I hope it just blows up in his face. Mauricio Shogun Hu by TKO. Suck on it. Anderson the Spider Silva against Talasitis. Good thing I don't have a lot of time left because I really don't need to explain this fight. I mean, the only thing I have to say is, sometimes fighters, champions should always fight, every 3 to 4 months. And, it was Anderson. He was the one that wanted to fight, in the interim because there's no legitimate contender except for Okami. And so until they figure that whole thing out, then he's gonna fight Talasletis. So, you know, you're not always gonna get the huge blockbusters that you want. Alright? This fight is what it is. Enjoy the awesomeness that is Anderson the Spider Silva fighting on a UFC card. So there you go. Those are my picks. Yeah. Enjoy Strikeforce. Definitely enjoy this one. Stay metal.